Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, boxing and it was weird self, right? You know, I got a question, brings a question to you guys, you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of weird right now. One of boxing's legends, and Oscar De La Hoya. I'm not sure if he, on Thursdays he come back and act a damn fool with his clapback Thursdays, But he's trying to be funny, and there's a lot of levity there. I don't know how serious you're supposed to take it, but it does show he has a sense of humor. Cynical, right? Ever cynical, but it's a sense of humor from his perspective. You can like it or loathe it, but it's fun. I'm not sure, but Oscar De La Hoya has come out and said something that I thought was interesting. I know he don't believe it, but he has a platform, so he can put it out there, whether you believe stuff or not. I don't think Fox News believes what they're saying, but they get paid to lie to people all day, and they have an audience that want to hear those lies. It feels good to them. So therefore, boom, you have a demand. So when you have a demand for things, you do it. That's what happens. What is business? 101, supply and demand. So if there's demand for something, then damn it, people going to give it to you. So there's a demand for idiocracy. What is it? What is it? Idiocy? What's the word for being an idiot? Plural? Idiocy? Whatever. At the end of the day, Oscar De La Hoya said, Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford, you know, they ain't the best fight in boxing, right? Now, I've seen a video or two about this too, and I don't like to, I like to do things first or without looking at videos. So there is a little inspiration from this coming from some of the heavyweights in the uploading in the boxing uploading industry. Good guys, great guys that handle their business. So I have heard this before. Opinions are similar to mine, right? What we need to do if Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford isn't the biggest fight in boxing, you're going to have to come up with what the hell is, right? Y'all going to get sneezed on in a minute. I feel it coming. What the hell is? Because Canelo Alvarez, y'all know I don't roll with Canelo, right? I don't think he's the best Mexican fighter of all time. Uh, Even though he has a good record and stuff. I just seen have Mexicans fighters of the past have fought hard fights, right? And I've just watched Canelo the last 10 years, and there's just, wait a minute, it's coming. There it is. But I've seen him through the years. It's people that he just wouldn't fight. And he's going to go around these people forever. But it was because, the demand was for him to be on top. So people, don't want to see him fight these fighters. And it costs these fighters careers and the trajectory of their careers and where they landed, if they're going to be Hall of Fame, because people put Canelo on a pedestal and didn't let him fight the other guys that he should have fought. Forget the names today, because, I'll mess up ranting and won't get to the point. The point is, but Canelo is a damn good fighter, and he's been the face of boxing, which he shouldn't have been, in my opinion, but he is the face of boxing. He makes the most money, which he shouldn't have, but he does, right? So that's who that is, right? And he's facing the one that everyone in boxing knows is the baddest dude in boxing. The only argument comes from Alexander Usyk, because Terrence Crawford himself says he would put Usyk above him because Usyk's more active. And Usyk is the only one in the argument. Don't let me get started about Usyk, because y'all know how I feel about Usyk, not Usyk. Because Alexander Usyk, undisputed in cruiserweight and heavyweight, and went to everybody's backyard to do it. No one else can say that, ever. Probably ever. That goes to your backyard and beats the hell out of you right in front of your fans and your family. And that's what he did, constantly. You got to give it up for him. And then go to heavyweight and be smaller than everybody and beat the hell out of everybody who was talking smack about how great they was. If it was Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, how great they was, and he beat both of them twice to make sure ain't nobody got nothing to say about it. Trying to do that to Dubois right now, which it ain't even necessary, because he beat the hell out of him too. Okay, he's in the argument with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, people after the fights keep acting like who he beat wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? To say Victor Poster wasn't good, it shows your idiots, your ignorance. Julius and Dungo, who he wasn't nothing. Yeah, because everybody goes to Russia and beats Troy Anowski, and Ricky Burns goes to their backyard like Usyk does and beats them, and then wants to go to Nebraska to face Terrence Crawford. Everybody does that. No, your fighter would not have done that, right? Especially, name me a Mexican that would have done that. Okay, I'm going to go to Russia to fight Troy Nowski, then go over here to beat Ricky Burns, and then go say I'm going to where Terrence Crawford lives to go fight him too, with no negotiation issues. Take your time. If I was Cat Williams, I would tell you, don't worry, I'll wait. There is none. That doesn't happen. So when Dungo it was awesome. But to move up, become undisputed in that weight division and go up to 147 where everyone was huge. Jeff Horn's nothing to everybody except for Manny Pacquiao, who he beat. A big old dude, herky-jerky dude. Jose Benavidez, everybody beats him. That's why he's undefeated at the time. Mean Machine, can't everybody beats him. That's why he's undefeated at the time, right? Sean Porter, a big old dude who people were telling him, you don't want to fight him. Because once they said they friends, they didn't want to fight. Everybody wanted him, forced WBA or WBO to make him the mandatory so he could have to fight Sean Porter. Then after he fights him, Sean Porter wanted to quit, right? Big old 160-pound Sean Porter with, all kind of moves, all kind of talent, all kind of athleticism. Beats him. Kell Brook, I can remember. Oh, he's jacked, man. I'm a little scared for this fight. Kell Brook, we know he's 160-pounder. Beats the hell out of him. Amir Khan, okay, whatever. Beat him too, but whatever. And in this time, no one from PBC on the other side of the fence, crap that didn't exist really, but we made it as something. No one was trying to go fight him. Well, he once Spence or anyone else over there, no one was saying, forget that, somebody make a fight with him. Until finally, Sean Porter did it. All those guys were bigger than him. And he knocked all of them out. Didn't just get no close fights, knocked them all out. Yes, the baddest dude out here, and it ain't even close. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. This guy should feel like he can beat Canelo Alvarez. Because is Canelo Alvarez better than Sean Porter? I don't know about that. Right? A big guy, same body type, but one of them has more athleticism. One of them punches a little harder, but one of them has a lot more stamina and a lot more athleticism. To come out of there unscathed, it's not easy to do. Now, your boy Errol Spence, to beat him too, like he did, right? Everybody ain't doing that. And here's the thing. Canelo versus Errol Spence was a thing, right? It wasn't all this like backlash. It was a thing. Just remember, just use your memory. Get them cobwebs off your memory. Remember, right? It was a thing that was going to happen, right? But anyway, so the point is, ain't two dudes in boxing right now that's going to be bigger than this. Canelo versus Benavidez would have been big. Canelo versus Andre back for undisputed in the middleweight division would have been big. Right now, in boxing, because normally you would go to the heavyweights and say, oh, we got to fight in the heavyweights, so it's going to be bigger. We don't. Tyson Fury ass is out. Anthony Joshua ass is out. Deontay Wilder ass is out. Right? So it's Usyk, and we don't versus nobody yet. Itama, not yet. Itama going to beat up a couple of dudes and then maybe. But right now, we ain't got nothing. And down in the lower weight divisions, with the Shakur Stevensons, the Devin Haneys, everybody is saying that they're nothing. So now you're making everybody, why we can say they're nothing? Because the other dudes won't fight them. So you got to say that they're nothing, which means there's nothing out there. Matter of fact, something, now that I'm talking about it loud, there's not a fight that's close to Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. And if you got one, holla. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.